So what I want to do is make a film all about product placement, marketing, and advertising, where the entire film is funded by product placement, marketing, and advertising. So ultimately what we want to try and do is create what is the Iron Man of documentaries. Everything from top to bottom is branded from beginning to end. First time ever, documentary with collector cups.
They're going to be on that like a wet t-shirt. Is there a plot?
Liz, this is the movie right now.
I think the thing to do is go get a client.
Can we please get Mane and Tail to be the sponsor?
We actually had a little bit of interaction on Twitter during the week.
We did.
And it said that you like a specific bit. I'm not going to say the name because this is all about advertising, your movie. I actually emailed them, this company. I said, look, I'm doing this interview with Morgan Spurlock because, you know, after watching all your interviews, I'm kind of, you know, thinking, no, I need a bit of this.
That's right.
So I sent them an email. I said, look, do you want to sponsor my interview? And I put some commercials in it, and
they said,
you know, and they said no. Hence the brown paper bags.
They are obviously not the greatest beverage.
They're not.
They're not.
That's why I've got a POM as well.
POM Wonderful is the greatest beverage.
Yeah. There you go. So, do you care to have one now?
Oh yeah,
it's quite early in the morning,
absolutely.
so
there you go.
I think there you go. I'll give you that one,
Cheers,
and we can just enjoy this.
Now we're like winos.
For you, if you had to have your life kind of sponsored by a brand, what brand would you choose?
Wow, your whole life? That's a really good question. Well, I would probably say something along the lines of what was in this bag and they wouldn't talk to us, because that would be, I feel like that's pretty right on spot on with who I am. Or there's some kind of an airline so you could travel. Like an airline would be a good one too, so you could go wherever you wanted forever.
Yeah. So in the movie, one of my favourite quotes, it was quite early at the beginning, and you said that you kind of like weird things. What's the weirdest thing that you like?
That's a good question. Nobody's actually ever asked that question in the interviews. What's the weirdest thing that I like? Gosh, I'm trying to think of the weirdest thing. I know the weirdest thing that I don't like, which is probably which is the other thing. It's like I hate cotton, like cotton balls, like cotton pads. Like I can't touch cotton. I can't be around it. So that's like
when people say like, oh, chewing on cotton wool and things like that.
Oh, I can't even think about it. Like literally, I just got a shudder like through me. Like the idea of chewing on cotton. Like I got chills all over me right now.
There you go. I just gave Morgan Spurlock the chills.
That's right. But the weirdest thing that I like, I tell you the weirdest thing that I love horror films. And not only like horror films, but like gore horror films. Like when I was a kid, the movie that made me want to make movies was Scanners, the David Cronenberg film, where when Michael Ironside made that guy's head explode in the movie, like that made me want to make movies more than anything. So I think probably like slasher gore films are probably the weirdest thing I like.
Pretty cool. So, you know, again, it's advertising.
Yeah.
So you've actually kind of like made me kind of think, because, you know, I'm a student and I'm trying to get myself out there and I'm doing interviews, so hence...
Look, there's product placement right there.
DanielJWaller.com. But not only, that's my website, you can also follow me on Twitter at Daniel J. Waller. Morgan was my 115th follower, so
yes, I was.
You can also follow me on Twitter as well.
I agree.
So then, you know, Supersize Me.
Yeah.
Did you call McDonald's to try and get a sponsor for this movie?
Absolutely, because the whole idea behind The Greatest Movies, we wanted to make a documentary blockbuster, a docbuster.
Yeah.
And to make a docbuster, you know, just like a blockbuster, you got to have a fast food partner. You know, you got to get your toys in the Happy Meals and in the kids' meals. So we called McDonald's. Of course, they never called me back. Big surprise. We called Burger King. We called Taco Bell. I mean, I really wanted In-N-Out to do it. I was like, In-N-Out, this is perfect for you. I said, we won't make like, we'll create a meal, but it won't be like an unhappy meal, but it'll be like maybe like a displeased meal, you know, that we could sell there. And no, they wanted nothing to do with it. I was bummed.
So if McDonald's come back to you and they said, okay, we'll pay for the whole movie, the whole, what, 1.5 million.
Yeah.
But you got to eat McDonald's for another 30 days. What would you say to them?
That would have been a real...
Pay for absolutely everything.
That would have been a real ethical dilemma. And they say you have to exercise like 3 times a day. Yeah. You got to eat like nothing but salads.
I mean, if I was the CEO of McDonald's,
yeah,
and obviously he's seen your movie and he's you know, you kind of screwed him over a little bit.
That's
and, man, I'll try and screw you back over.
He's like, I'm going to show that jerk what's up right now.
You have to eat it 4 times a day for 30 days. So then staying on to the fast food, you've got Sheets, and they, in one of the interviews, the CEO said...
He said, Morgan's an idiot. All the people who sponsored this film are idiots.
Are idiots.
Morgan is an idiot, and he thinks all of Americans are idiots, and all the people who sponsored this film are idiots.
Have you proven him wrong?
That I'm an idiot?
I mean, he says that American idiots, you're idiots. I mean, But for the companies, I mean, I think you've proven them all of them wrong.
Yeah, I think the companies in this film come off great. Literally, because we probably called 600 companies to sponsor this movie, of which 15 said yes. You know, for the initial film premiere that we had at Sundance. So you got to think, out of all those hundreds and hundreds of brands, only 15 were even brave enough to like give up control. And that was the biggest reason why nobody would do this, because we got final cut of the movie. Yeah. Like, they didn't get to tell us what to put in it. They didn't tell us how to edit the film. We made the film we wanted to make. And so yeah, I think they come off great. And I think the film, you know, the film does two things. The film kind of gets to have its cake and eat it too.
This is like the first movie that's got commercials in it.
Right.
First movie ever with commercials in it. Were you to put your hands up and take responsibility if, you know, Avatar 2 has got Dr. Pepper commercials in it?
And then suddenly I'm to blame?
Yeah, are you going to, you know...
That'll be my legacy.
I can see like immediate outrage just kind of like chasing you. Like,
yeah. Spurlock ruined it for all of us. Yeah, it's like, well, I remember how upset I was the first time I went to a movie theater and they started showing commercials before the movies. And so I remember it was like a Diet Coke commercial, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. How could they do this? And everybody was outraged. Everybody was unhappy. They can't show commercials before the movies. That this is a special place. It's sacred. And now nobody cares. Now it literally is 20 minutes of commercials before the trailers and then the movie. The one thing I hope doesn't happen is that I hope no one follows our lead and puts commercials in a movie.
And I think it's pretty time for another advertisement. So you can also follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/Daniel J. Waller. So I've also had an idea about a documentary. So I thought, you know, Morgan Spurlock's here. You know, I'm sure you're open to ideas. I'm sure you're gonna
pitch me a good idea.
So I'm gonna pitch you an idea.
Okay.
So I'm thinking we need to do. It's called the $1 Million Dare.
Okay.
So basically, there's a talent.
You.
Yeah.
You're the guy.
There's a producer.
Me.
Yeah.
Good. I like it
There's gonna be a
already.
movie. Okay. So basically, I'm going to travel around the United States, and I'm going to like scrounge $1 million. Okay. So I'm going to go to a random person on the street. How much are you going to pay me to do something? And then obviously it's going to start with, we're going to go to like the smaller kind of states, and it's going to be like.
And what are they paying you to do? Like, are they
$10
paying you
to eat that piece of old pizza that's on the floor?
Right.
All right, I'll do that. Go to a nightclub, and they'll be like, pick the worst looking girl, and if you go and kiss her, you know, we'll give you $10. And then obviously I'm going to be like, during the movie, it's going to be like, oh, I'm going to be bored, and I'm going to need more revenue.
That's a lot of bets. That's a lot of bets to get to $1 million.
So then I'm going to go to the bigger companies or the bigger people, like the funnier people, and then, you know, maybe I heard about one the other day where like someone offered someone $500,000 to get a boob job, breast implants for a male. You know, I mean, I don't think I'll go that far. So, you know,
but there was a guy who already did. There was a guy who already
ideas
did that. There was a guy who already got breast implants.
Oh, really?
Like, there was a guy, his friend bet him to get breast implants.
Yeah.
Like, it was just a bet between two friends.
Yeah.
And he goes, if you do it, you know, I'll give you like $100,000. So we'll go through. I want to hear the rest of this, but I wanted to tell you the story because the story's great.
Yeah.
And so the friend said, you won't get breast implants, and he said, sure I will. So the guy he goes, if you get breast implants and keep them, I'll pay for you to have them if you keep them for a year. It was like $100,000. He was going to give him, or $50,000. And so the guy got breast implants and kept them for the whole year.
Wow, I don't think I could go that far. But, you know, it's TV, so, you know, we can talk about it and we can write some contracts up and things like that.
Okay.
So then I'm going to travel around America and doing the most craziest things.
I love that you're in a Speedo right there.
Yeah.
See, this is very much like the show that we did. This is very much like I Bet You Will.
Yeah, and then I'm going to say to you, are you in?
Are you in? I like this.
And then
I like
you're going to say,
idea.
turn the camera off, and then you're going to tell me no. Just like in the movie.
So can you help me? I need help.
I can help.
Okay. Good. Awesome. Okay.
Turn the camera off.
I thought turn the camera off meant let's have an off-the-record conversation. Turns out it really means we want nothing to do with your movie.
Well, Morgan, I just want to thank you so much
Cheers, man.
for coming in.
Great to meet you.
And seeing with us. It's a great movie. It's in cinemas April 22nd. It's Pom Wonderful is the greatest movie ever sold. Here with Morgan Spurlock.
Pom Wonderful presents the greatest movie ever sold.
Where should I be able to go where I don't see one bit of advertising?
To sleep.
So if you want to follow one of the greatest Twitter accounts you can, I recommend @Daniel J. Waller.